flickering fluorescent lights of the underground station cast long, distorted shadows, making the familiar tiled walls seem alien and menacing. I clutched Leo's hand tighter, his small fingers digging into my palm. He was only 7, but his grip was surprisingly strong, a silent testament to his fear. His little sister, Maya, was strapped to my chest in the carrier, her breathing shallow and rhythmic against my ribcage, blissfully unaware of the unease that had settled over us. We were taking a different route home tonight, a detour necessitated by a last-minute work commitment for my husband, and the usual quiet suburban train line felt miles away. This station, with its grimy floors and the constant murmur of unseen activity, was already unsettling. Then I saw him. He stood near the ticket machines, a man of nondescript features, dressed in a plain gray hoodie. What drew my attention, however, was his stillness. He wasn't waiting for a train or checking his phone or talking to anyone. He was just observing. As I navigated Leo towards the platform entrance, my eyes flickered back to him. He was moving too, a slow, deliberate shuffle that kept him just at the periphery of my vision. He never made eye contact, his gaze fixed on the ground, or the ceiling, or some indeterminate point beyond us. A knot of unease tightened in my stomach. I tried to dismiss it. It was a busy station, after all. People moved around, but his movements were too synchronized with ours. When I paused to check the departure board, he stopped a dozen feet away, his head tilting as if studying the flickering numbers. When I started walking again, he resumed his silent promenade. Leo, sensing my tension, whimpered, "Mommy, I don't like it here." "It's okay, sweetie," I murmured, trying to sound confident. "Just a few more minutes." But my eyes kept darting back to the man in the gray hoodie. He was closer now, always just out of direct view, a phantom presence in my peripheral vision. The train arrived, a deafening roar of metal and air. As I herded Leo towards the open doors, I risked a glance back. He was there, at the edge of the platform, his hood pulled low, obscuring his face. He didn't board. I felt a surge of relief, quickly followed by a chilling thought. Had I imagined it? Was I overreacting? The train lurched forward, and as we pulled away from the station, I saw him. Standing on the platform, a solitary figure under the sickly yellow lights, he raised a hand. Not a wave, but a slow, deliberate gesture, his palm facing outward, as if pushing something away. And then his head snapped up, and for the first time, his eyes met mine. They weren't human eyes. They were dark, devoid of pupils, like polished obsidian, reflecting the harsh station lights with an unnerving, predatory gleam. A guttural sound, a low, wet gurgle, seemed to emanate from him, carried on the wind that whipped through the carriage. I gasped, pulling Leo closer. Maya stirred in the carrier, her tiny fingers fumbling against my cheek. The man's lips, thin and pale, stretched into a smile that was not a smile at all, but a baring of teeth. And then, the lights in the carriage flickered violently, plunging us into momentary darkness. When they flared back to life, he was gone. But the chilling echo of that impossible gaze, and the silent, malevolent promise in his gesture remained seared into my mind. The descent into true darkness had begun.